Subscribe to our channel, press the bell icon and never miss an update from Latestly.
Hi guys, you're watching latestly.com. I'm Rajat Tripathi, and while the pandemic holds you hostage at your home, there's a cool new web series coming out that will entertain you. I have with me the cast and the director of the upcoming show, Hostages Season 2, Divya Dutta, Shweta Basu Prasad, and Sachin Mamta Krishan. Thank you guys so much for talking to us, and let's dive right into it. So there have been situations in life where we all feel like we have been held hostage, bad job, bad relationship, or bad friends. What is the one time when you felt like you are being held hostage by some circumstances? Let's start with Shweta.
Lockdown. Lockdown.
Okay.
For
Anytime
sure.
I was attending my classes in my school.
Yeah, that's the case with me also. I'm an engineering graduate, and that was like hell for me. Divya, what's up?
Uh,
I think when I've been in crazy relationships, then I thought I've been held hostage and I need to get out.
Okay. So, also as an actor like Divya and Shweta, what is the one thing you will never negotiate with? What is where you draw the line?
Hmm. Never negotiate with. I don't. Divya,
My
ma'am,
role,
help me.
my role, for sure, my role, and my director. Two things go hand in hand because the role will do nothing if the director doesn't enhance it or make it nice or sensitive enough. So both of them complement each other. So yes, my role and director, I will never negotiate on.
Okay. And Shweta,
I think my work in general. Yeah, I will never negotiate or compromise on work for sure.
okay.
The standard of it for sure.
And Sachin as a director, what you would never negotiate with?
a certain basic quality of production. I wouldn't negotiate with that. I mean, it's not like whatever you have in your head will only come out if you are backed by some kind of a production. You know.
Sure.
So I mean, I would not negotiate with something which doesn't do justice to the kind of a vision that I have in my head.
Okay, okay. So recently, Shujit Sarkar said that Amitabh Bachchan is a very rehearsed, like he loves to rehearse for his role, and on the other hand, Irfan Khan is a very spontaneous actor. How do you guys approach your characters, and are you spontaneous? Are you director's actor? And how did you approach this current role in Hostages? Divya, let's start with you.
Every actor has his own process. The magic is even if you're rehearsing, it should look like it's your first time. That is the magic of it. And if you're spontaneous, of course, it's your first time. I prefer first and second takes always because I tend to get mechanical after that. I do feel there's a raw magic about your first take or your second take. And well, for me, it's always about putting myself in the shoes of the character I'm playing and just flow with it. And most of it is reactions for me, always. I mean, if I have a good actor around me, it's a party time for me because all you have to, like when I was with Irfan or anybody, all I had to do is just look in their eyes and I'm done. So, and I get all the praise, a very good job, but I was just reacting to what he did. And so that really matters for me. And also, I think the work atmosphere around. Like I remember during Bhaag Milkha Bhaag, I was wearing my casuals and I went to rehearse for that scene that everyone talks about, the earring scene. And I just couldn't get it right. Something was going wrong because I was supposed to be on the chulha and just, look at the brother. And the director, Rakesh Mehra, said, will you go and just come in your costume? So I didn't realize that time what does he mean by that. So I just went and wore the thing and just came, and my body language changed, my approach to the role changed. Everything was the magic of the costume you wear. So I think all these little things on the set really enhance your performance. Of course, the scene itself, the director, the setup, your own costumes, what you're wearing, and what you give of yourself to it, and with how much sincerity you give yourself to it. So for me, that's what matters, and hence I think first and second take is what works for me.
Okay. And Shweta, what's your approach?
Wow. I think I was just looking at her awestruck because she just spoke, my mind, most of it. I think yes, spontaneity for sure. My process is I've never been to any acting school. I've never done theater. whatever I've learned is as and when I'm working with different people and their sensibilities and different actors, and what I keep learning in the journey. But my main process has always been the backstory of the character. Where was this character born? How was it raised? What's the character's favorite show, favorite color, people that she likes, dislikes? So I try to sort of create that new person, so that when the audience is watching it, they also see a person and not Shweta playing a character. And other than that, I'm a complete director's artist. For me, a director's word is the final word on set, and spontaneity. I think I can't really rehearse after a certain point. I really can't rehearse my scenes after a certain point. It has some magic. It should be left for the takes.
Kind of like to add to this as a maker, what I've realized about actors is that however spontaneous, the most spontaneous of actors, and you have two spontaneous actors sitting in front of you, but I'm sure behind their spontaneity is a lot of internalizing of the character that they are playing, and that internalizing is nothing but hard work. They really put their heart and soul into the role in understanding it, whether it is that at the stage of reading a script. I mean, unless you are totally blessed from the elements that you kind of land up on a set and start performing, I think they go hand in hand.
Yeah, he's right. When you're discussing on the script level, you have to belong to that role, to be very sincere to what you're going to play. And then let yourself, the spontaneity comes only on the set, not before that.
To make
Before
it
that,
effort, a lot of effort
you have
has
to
to be
make
put.
the role your own, for sure.
Yeah.
100%.
Okay. And how did you approach the character you're playing in Hostage season 2, Divya?
As I said, my homework was already done very well by Sachin and the team and Sudhir sir and everybody. The role was very well written, and it was very interesting for me because it's the first time I'm playing a negotiator or someone like her. And what I wanted, I got in this. I wanted lots of layers in her. I didn't want her to go just monotonous with just one tone of being, a go-getter or somebody who wants to get what she wants. Everyone has lots of layers in us. I can be childlike, I can be strong-headed, I can be stupid, I can be intelligent, everything at the same time. So I wanted to see that in Aisha Khan as well. And they gave me ample opportunities there to sprinkle that in between. Like my relationship with Kamalji ji, who's my senior, is where I felt so vulnerable and so childlike and so protected. And at the same time, when I'm talking and negotiating, she is so strict, and she's so matter of fact, and she wants her job done, come what may. So, the scenes were lovely. The co-actors were amazing. And of course, we had sat many times and discussed Aisha Khan many times. And for me, what matters is the tonality the director wants me to take on for a certain role. और जब पहला शॉट हो जाता है उसके बाद I have to see the director and the expression on his face. If we are on the same page, great, and I'm happy. Otherwise, I keep looking for her for the role I'm playing for 2-3 days until I get her. But this one I got, I think, right from the first go. They made it really simple and they made it fun for me. So I really enjoyed playing the negotiator. So it wasn't really much of bahut mehnat. Yes, I absorbed myself in Aisha Khan for sure.
And Shweta, tell us something about your character.
Okay. My character's name is Shikha, and she's an investigative officer. My track runs parallel to the rest of the story and the characters, so you don't see me actually interact with a lot of actors. I don't have any scene with Divya ma'am, which I keep complaining to the makers about because I'm such a huge fan and admirer of her. I wanted to, work with her. But Shikha is young. She's in mid-20s. She's not at a very high post, and she's a girl. So nobody really takes her very seriously. She gets a lead. She starts investigating it, starts chasing, and she's seeking truth. And she comes from a place of honesty. And you can, as an audience, you start rooting for her. And every scene or by the passing series, with episodes, you kind of see certain revelations that Shikha brings to the series. So that's what I'm playing. And my approach, I had a lot of discussions with Sudhir sir and Sachin sir on set, and they were both absolutely fantastic to work with. And I think that's pretty much, I think that's all I can talk about right now. If I say anything more, I might just give away some spoilers. Yeah.
Okay. And Sachin, when there's a senior like Sudhir Mishra working with you, what happens if there is a creative difference or there was never a creative difference?
No, there was almost never a creative difference. Any difference that was sorted out when we were uh, scripting it and we were having those meetings. And obviously, two people will at times see things differently, but all the differences were ironed out at those stages. So when we reached the set, we knew what we were about to make. So in that sense, there was absolutely almost no creative difference.
Okay.
Sudhir could
And
only at times add to what I had in mind, because Sudhir being Sudhir, he's seen life, he's seen the world, but there were no differences. Absolutely.
okay. And call it my ignorance, but what would be the difference between a series director and a director?
Series director is like the one watching over everything happening. It was a continuation of season one. So the tonality and it can't be that a season which starts off here suddenly goes into another direction. So overseeing that whole kind of journey of an upcoming season and keeping it within those peripheries is it's like a control tower controlling a plane which is flying. So in that sense, even I felt the need for being directed at times. I would look up to Sudhir ki yaar, kar raha hu, I'm thinking this radical thing. So at times you used to say, go ahead. At times you used to say ki nahi, thoda sa yaar, wo first season mein aisa tha. So in that sense, it's a watchtower.
Okay, okay. Did you have any apprehensions about coming on OTT with Hostages 2? How
I have worked on multiple mediums. I have done films that have released in theater. I have done web films. I have done short films that, if you compare it to a big film, would be just one scene in a long format. I think as an actor, it's important to do good work. I think that's more important, like good characters, good teams, good projects to be part of. And it really is just that. I think OTT is... I think, of course, when you work on something like Hostages 2, it's a long format. I think Sachin sir would be able to answer this better because he's the maker, and he mentioned some time ago that it's so much more easy. It's like you suddenly get so many more colors on your palette that you can paint with, because it's a longer format. You can flesh out your characters well, and you can add plots and subplots to it. So in that sense, yes, I think it's a much more fleshed out medium in that sense. And there are multiple platforms. Everyone is trying to do their best, and that's great for us.
Okay, Divya and Sachin, you would want to weigh on that.
Well, this is my second project with Disney Plus Hotstar, and the first being Special Ops, and it feels nice for this really nice association I've had with them. Uh, I think me and Sachin were discussing it once. He said our work becomes more because you have to say the same story in as a fewer longer hours, but so lots more quicker it has to be for them. I was saying, as an actor, it's lovely, to be in this medium or that medium. You're just looking at your role. For us, it's the same. I'm just performing. I'm an actor. I can be performing on stage. I can be performing on television. I can be in ad films, in movies, or on OTT. But for the directors, it's I think more hectic because there's a lot more to do. Instead of those 2.5 hours or 2 hours, what the movies are these days, it's like 11 episodes, 45 minutes or 40 minutes or whatever that is long, and the time span isn't as much. So that's way far more hard work, yes. But yes, more freedom to do it, more expression, more variety, more stuff to play on with, and a wide variety of audience, I must say. It's a click of a finger and you have everyone watching you. So that's really, truly amazing.
And Sachin, what is your take?
They've already said what should be said, actually. Because OTTs, basically, maybe it's logistically more challenging for a filmmaker, because in effect you're making 3 feature films when you begin a web series in almost the same given time, and at times much lesser budget. But as far as being a storyteller is concerned, it's more languid. You can tell a story better. You can evolve your characters better. You can do more justice to all the plots and characters, and so as a filmmaker, it's juicier to make something good.
Guys, give me one reason why your viewers should tune in to watch Hostages season 2. Divya.
First of all, I think there is a very loyal audience out there who have loved and appreciated season one. And they are actually really waiting for season two to happen. Two, I think it's double the dhamaka, coming in with newer actors, lots more tracks in it, and a lot more thrill, I think. And three, I think we're kind of glued on to looking forward to watching shows that take us away from our realistic world and just transform us into another world that we'd want to belong to. And this one is on the edge, absolutely. You'll be biting your nails and binge watching for sure. And so, yeah, I think I, as an audience, I'm totally rooting for it.
Okay, Shweta, give us one.
Well, I loved Hostages season one, and I was so excited to be part of Hostages season two. And I'm not surprised by the response that the trailer is receiving, because everybody's so kicked about the season two, and we live in the binge watch era. I think we are the binge generation, so it's that kind of a series that they cannot leave it for another day. They will have to binge watch the entire 12 episodes. It's thrilling. It's a roller coaster ride of emotions, different characters, and crazy plots. So yeah, I think I gave more than one.
Yes. Sachin, two questions to you. Again, one reason why we should look forward, and what were the production challenges that you had to face while making season two?
Why we should watch it? I think we're all coming out of a very, very dark phase in our lives. I think we've all been we need some thrill ride in our life. And Hostages will give you that thrill ride. It's a roller coaster. It's a roller coaster. You sit on it and you will kind of forget all your blues and everything. And I'd like to quote a Hollywood cliche here: it's bigger, better, juicier. So enjoy it. Forget your blues, even if for those 8 hours or whatever. But go for it. And as far as the logistics of production and everything is concerned, I mean, every show has its problems and challenges and fun and excitement. So it was this was certainly much more complicated and much bigger in terms of logistics to shoot than season one. Season one was primarily restricted to a hospital and a house. This is, in that sense, a sprawling season, which goes all over Gurgaon, Delhi, here, even in Bombay, too many places. So it has that the scope of this, the whole magnitude of this season is much larger. The cast, number of characters and cast is that much more huge. But I don't know. I've been sensing a hand of universe upon us right from the beginning, right from the word go. And somehow everything fell into place, and it's fallen beautifully into, now it was in the edit actually when I realized the magnitude of what I've done, what we've all done together. When I was editing the show, I often used to wonder with my associates how we pulled it off. It was there that things started to sink in. That in the given time, in the given budget, with this stellar star cast, which was kind of endless, to have completed the show bang on time, and to have kind of come up with what we have, I think the whole magnitude of it sank into me when I was editing. So at this point of time, my heart is just full of gratitude.
So that was the cast and the director of Hostages season two. Thank you guys so much for talking to me. It was lovely chatting up with you, and all the best for season two. I will be definitely watching it. And
Thank you.
Thank you. Bye. Guys, please like, share, and subscribe. Thank you.